Okay, is the game capture doing what it should be doing? No. What the heck's happening? Let's try that again. I think I lost connection to the PS5. There we go. That should be working now. Okay. I think the stream's working now. Now I just need to plug in my controller. That might help. Beautiful. Alright. I can get started. So, this is not the first part of the game for anyone unfamiliar. I've already played through some of the regions, but thought I'd test out streaming this game on YouTube. And yeah, we're in Tesho Ridge. This is like a really snowy part of Hokkaido, so pretty cool. Got some folks hanging out with me on the Discord as well, fully playthrough. In fact, if anyone wants to come in and voice chat, let me just make sure I've got that set up properly as well. Because I had some audio issues earlier. Be good if people could hear. Alright. So I've got like a shinobi type outfit here, which is pretty cool. This is like for when I'm in a battle, I wear the helmet instead of the straw hat for roleplay purposes. I do have this as well, and this is a great armor in the game. Love how it looks and all the rest of it, but obviously it looks like it's a bit above my station as a Ronin. That is the main problem with it, but it looks pretty damn badass. It has some nice bonuses too. So in a battle, I'll sometimes use this one, but for the most part, I'm going with the Shinobi stealth build. Then I've got some other outfits as well, which look pretty cool. Whoops, I didn't mean to put that one on. And this one still has some armor on it too, so it's pretty nice. Some mail, some scale. I'm gonna go learn how to use the Surigama. So much snow, staple of samurai. I mean, it is actually, yeah. People often forget how snowy it can get in Japan, especially Hokkaido. One sec, I'm just checking my other audio stuff. That's good. Input is working. I think the stream's running pretty well too. It is, but I just assume it says. Red on white, way too appealing. Yeah, no kidding. Very easy way to show the blood spilling and all that other fun stuff. Interesting, my OBS window is showing up. Okay, I think everything's working. Gotta go here to this altar first. Yeah. Yeah, usually this window should be in front of OBS, but maybe the remote play window works differently. As I mentioned earlier, I might head off pretty soon to go eat, but I'll be right back on. Play some more of this for sure. So. That's funny. It's like a trap. I was like, where the hell is it? That's different. Good way to make people think the spirits are out to get you. Yeah. It is an interesting spot to put one. So in this region, as you can see, blizzards and snowstorms can happen out of nowhere. They cause cold damage, so you have to find some shelter, or camp, I suppose, to get out of the cold. If you don't, you will, over time, suffer damage from the cold and die. So that's a pretty nice detail. There might be some outfits we can get later that can help with that, but it is something you have to be aware of around here. I really like the dynamic weather in this area too. It's like subsiding now that we move. There's a bear. That's a terrible shot. Stop moving. Bamboo strike here. Okay.
Congratulations! You can defeat Wood. Now how about the real fight?
That's funny.
Intruder! It is too late for you.
These guys do not stand a chance against the Nodashi. You get shinobi steel from these guys, so they're supposed to be ninjas, essentially. Of course, there's the old ninja trope where some of them have Kusarigama, which is a little bit silly. it's a cool weapon, so can't complain too much. In fairness, it was a weapon some shinobi would have used, if I recall, especially for policing it was used. But in general, it's not a ninja exclusive weapon, it's really a samurai weapon in general. Especially for like street fighting, they might use it, or to show off. But it is quite a niche weapon. But like I said, it's pretty cool, and obviously to see somebody who's actually skilled in using them in action, like, it's pretty impressive. So
Someone put
there
up
was a
fight.
famous duelist who
Nine-Tails.
tried to fight
Killed
Miyamoto
kunai.
Musashi with one,
Gave you a
apparently.
chance, Hana.
But
Now you die.
oh, Hana.
I'm not
I
Hana,
think I'm someone else.
But I'll give you a fight if you're looking for one.
Leave her alone!
Oh my.
Hana, I presume?
Ready yourself! More are coming! Very skilled! What a mess.
By the way, apparently
You should
somebody
leave. There might be more where
tried to
that
be a
came
smartass and use
No
a
fox
Kusurigama
spirit
against
is going to kick me
Miyamoto
out of my
Musashi.
own
It
home.
didn't go very well.
from. Where did you learn to throw kunai like that?
I'm not one of them, if that's what you are worried about.
They look handy in a fight. And I've got my own fox spirits to deal with. Maybe we can help each other.
The enemy
It's a
of
good way
my
to
enemy.
humiliate your foe, though.
Very well. I teach you, you help me. Keep one shoulder back, step forward, and follow through with your other shoulder.
I think this is a quick throw weapon.
You are using your wrist, losing momentum. Use your whole body. See? Much better. The Nine Tails favor speed and surprise attacks. You'll need to practice on moving targets.
Playing Fruit
That's
Ninja
it.
with kunai.
Why do the Nine-Tails want to kick you out of
Also,
here?
kunai, unfortunately, are not
easy to
actually
harvest the
weapons.
land
They're
so
more
far
like
north.
gardening tools.
They want the fields our families
improvise
have
picks or
painstakingly
shovels.
grown.
But ninjas did use them.
Good.
They used them as tools.
The Nine Tails ambush in groups. You'll need to be faster
The
on the
fruit.
draw.
Yeah, those
The
can
more
feed a lot
kunai
of
you
people,
throw,
those melons.
the more room you'll have to breathe. There it is. I was born at this very farm. My parents thought if they lived where no one else wanted to, they would be left alone. I have had no such luck.
That said, there was a type of shuriken that
You're
was
a
actually
good
more
study.
common than the star
These things
shuriken,
are
and
hard
it's
to
basically a
find once you
throwing
throw
spike.
them.
So
I
they
can make
kind of
more for you.
existed.
But first, let's
They're just
discuss how we can
called
help
bow
each other.
shuriken. They're not called
I will make
kunai.
us a meal. Wouldn't want all that squash to go to waste.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying they weren't used as weapons, but typically they're a tool first, weapon second.
You mentioned there are other families caring
Yeah.
for farms in the area.
They
And
have a
also,
northern
shuriken are
life
not
here.
shinobi exclusive
And are now
weapons once
being
more. They
threatened
are
if they don't
samurai
leave.
weapons. Mostly for sport, I would say.
Why
Not
don't
for,
you leave? Why risk losing
Not
the
for
people you love?
combat, but
The same
in a
reason I
pinch,
learned to
you
make
throw a
kunai in
spike
the
at
first
somebody, or
place.
you throw a star
A
into
story for
somebody's
another time.
face. It might
All
be
you
a
need to
good
know is
distraction.
that there are 4
so.
families with homes in this area.
It was
Help me check
sometimes
on them,
used that way.
and I will make you as many kunai as you want.
Atsu. And it's a deal.
Then you are welcome at my forge, Atsu. Come see me if you need to replenish your kunai.
Interesting, you need gunpowder to upgrade them. Shinobi steel makes a bit of sense given how the game works, but black powder's a little bit random.
There. Take it. Did you forget? You have that already. Try not to stir up trouble.
Yeah. She doesn't really give you that many. I will give them credit though. The kunai they are showing are more accurate than a lot of media would have you believe. In appearance, so they feel more like sort of mass-produced sort of tools and not extremely well-crafted knives of some type. So that's a nice detail. Yeah, I wanted to check if my swords could be upgraded. I need some shinobi steel for that. That's fully upgraded. Alright. Yeah, still gotta kill more of these Kisune. I do like the fact that they are essentially snow ninjas, though. It's kind of a cool concept. So many times ninjas are not shown to be associated with snow. As much as I hate the whole fantasy ninja tropes, I do at least appreciate that.
It's good to see you unscathed, my friend.
Oh yeah, is this the Ainu merchant?
We keep meeting in strange places.
Why come this far north?
I don't have the luxury to refuse work. As numb as my fingers might be from the cold. What have we here?
Oh no, there's the armor smith.
Do not trust anything you see out here. Take the weaponsmith, Hachiro. A bit of a short fuse. Owns the forge out by Soya Port. Always yelling out against these fox spirits. He has not been seen for a week.
Another victim of the Nine Tails.
Wait, why does my horse have the wrong saddle on? There we go.
All the carvings around here are bears and owls. Who made these carvings?
Careful, traveler. We are outnumbered.
Outnumbered? By who?
9 tails. Either we fight together, or they will be gloating over our corpses.
I don't even know you.
Is a stranger's life worth nothing these days?
All right, fine. No one's gloating over me.
This way, through the brush.
Keep looking. He's around here somewhere.
Why do I get the feeling you didn't need my help?
I had to know whether you needed mine.
And?
Your swing shows promise.
You must be Master Enomoto, the Kusarigama sensei I've heard about. I'm Atsu. I'd like to learn.
That's wisdom I usually keep to myself. But you helped an old man when you did not have to. So tell me, why do you fight?
I have old debts I need to settle.
An honest answer. But I don't train those consumed by petty slights of the past.
I lost my family to Lord Saito and the Yotei 6. Train me, so I can bring them justice.
I see. Then I have some things to show you.
Yeah, we're gonna learn how to use the Kusarigama now. That'll be fun.
Now, step forward, Atsu, and take this Kusarigama from the owl. It will be your companion going forward.
Oh, that's cool. They're going with the ones that look like pick, which is more accurate.
Like a Kusarigama, an owl is a silent
Less of
hunter.
a sickle.
Its talons
I've seen
are sharp.
some of them in this game that look
Use
like
it
sickles.
to
though.
cut through the bamboo up the hill. This way.
The typical Kusarigama, like, were essentially war picks with the chain. So you could do some serious damage in
Cut through the
correct
bamboo.
place in armor.
Good. Quick. Swift strikes.
You can charge up your attacks as well. Something like
The bear's arms are long and powerful, like the Kusarigama's hundo. Use it to smash the pot. Use the hundo. Smash
chain
through.
is especially for disarming people, or you know, you can whip it around like that as well. You can trap weapons with it, that type of thing. Yeah, that is true though. It is an interesting, strange flail.
Always remember,
Oh, there you
the
had
Kusarigama
pawns.
is the owl and bear joined together. You must use both.
Owl
Now,
and
come
bear.
across the river.
Why do the Ninetails want you dead?
An old quarrel.
What sort of quarrel?
Another time.
The old man has some proof here. Double roasted to whoever killed him.
I wonder what types of opponents the Kusarigama is good against. I assume the shielded opponents.
Look around.
More Ninetails.
That's true, yeah. And I'd say
good
the
chance
ball's
to put
probably a
what
bit
you've learned to
oversized in
use.
this.
Now, it is important you understand that Kusarigama is fearsome, but it is best against shielded
Yep,
foes.
yep.
And if my enemy doesn't have a shield?
The Kusarigama will still kill, but will not shine. If you meet a foe with only a sword, it's best to draw your own sword. Show me the best weapon to use against katana.
It's funny to hear characters
Katana
in stories say
katana.
that.
Show me which weapon you
Because
will draw
the
when
spear
facing
would be the
shields.
best weapon against the katana. But
A Kusarigama. To break through their
a
shields and
small
cut them
thing.
down.
Yes, the bear breaks through, the owl cuts down. You're ready to move on.
makes a little bit of sense, I guess, though. I get what they're getting at by saying it counters shields, but I wouldn't quite agree with that. Okay, let's see what
I
he
see you there.
You're dead!
suck with this.
Finish this! We're here for the old man. Notwithstanding setting up. Technique.
It's funny, they say Katana's best against the Katana foes, but actually I think right now the Nodachi is pretty because it's more upgraded.
Dare to break shield. Cut down. Katana against katana.
And honestly, the Nodachi does just fine against shields. It's plenty hard. But the Kusarigama obviously does work a little bit quicker, but... Not even bothering with the pick, just straight up whipping people instead. Yeah, that's... To be honest, that's not quite how you would use it, but... It is something you can do. Gekko Kujo omits shields, which improves the game. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, it's just a game thing, so... Anyway, food here, so I'll be right back. But yeah, I do appreciate the shields. Although, in a lot of battlefield scenarios, Japan was using pike and shot, so... Shields don't appear as much, but they absolutely did exist, so I'm glad to see it. Anyway, I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. Sorry, I was gone for a little bit, just eating my dinner. Anyway, thoughts on the Kusurigama. I feel like I didn't say very much as I was fighting. I'm honestly not that big of a fan. I don't know, the combinations just feel really weird. It feels kind of... I don't know. I don't like the feel of it compared to the Nodachi. It's kind of like what Synth was saying in the chat there, like, what does it do that a big sword doesn't do? And the answer to that is basically nothing. Because the Nodachi was always my weapon of choice to fight against people who have shields. This thing breaks them just fine. Like, I don't need this fancy Kusurigama to do that job. And the heavy combo just, I don't know, it doesn't flow nicely. You're hitting the ground a lot. Like, this is nothing like how the Kusurigama is supposed to be used. And you've got, you know, the standard strikes with the pick, which they work fine, but they don't do much to get past the shield. To get past the shield, you have to do these really sluggish swings, and I'm just not a fan of that, personally. I do like that you can charge it up and do interesting stuff like that, but I don't know, it just doesn't strike me as a particularly good weapon. Also, I have to point out, I think those are spikes on the chain. Like, my goodness. Let me pull this out again. Yeah, there's actual spikes on the chain, which is terrible for your hand. Like I said, we're being a little pedantic here, like I said in that title, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that, but it's pretty crazy to put spikes on your chain. Maybe it's also that it's not upgraded, so I'm not impressed with the stats because I haven't upgraded it. I don't know. But there's nothing the Kusurigama does that the Nodachi doesn't do better. That is my principal problem with it. Maybe it does these quick attacks better, but against the shielded foes, there's no point in using those because they seem to get blocked. So I don't think they're actually that useful. So you're stuck doing this. And also, the ball is oversized, like I was mentioning earlier. It's unusually big. Which, I guess that's why she struggles to wield it so much. Like, look how much she's struggling to control the thing. That's because it's so big and heavy. And that there's spikes digging in your hand the whole time. Probably my least favorite out of all the weapons, I won't lie. But one second, let me show you guys some examples of this origami, some accurate examples. It's a shame because I think they got the pick part of it correct. But it's like everything else is kind of a mess. Like that was my first impression. I was really happy with the pick, but oh shit. Okay. Apparently my game capture is not working. Interesting. Well, there's my Quora page, but yeah, you guys can feel free to check that out as well. I'm just wondering why my game capture is not working. Hang on. Let me just test that real quick. I was gonna pop it up on the screen here, but alright, let's see if that's working now. just giving YouTube a sec to catch up. I have it less delayed, so it shouldn't be as big of a problem. So at some point I go to Quora again. At some point I go to Chrome. I don't think any of that's showing up. Nice. It's just nice to have it that way, so you guys don't see me constantly clicking off. Alright, I think I have some pictures I can look up. I'm actually going to use my Quora account to find them, because I have them stashed somewhere. The Kusarigama is also one of those weapons, like there's a lot of crap posted online about them. You gotta be so careful. If you don't look in the right places, you're gonna just find essentially Bushido of bullshido martial arts. Hang on. I'll just Google it if I can't find it. I'm pretty sure I've got stuff stashed here, though. Alright. Of course, Ghost of Yotei pops up when I try to Google it. That's fun. Here we go. This is a good example. Set of examples here, actually. So, I think I can just turn game capture off. There we are. So here's the two Kusarigama, actual original examples. You can see how much smaller the ball is compared to how they are in the game. Because they're not meant to be oversized, like fantasy flail things. They're meant to be much, much smaller. You can actually twirl the chain around and manipulate it freely, no matter where you grab it. And it's not meant to be just hitting the ground constantly like that, like it's some bowling ball on a chain. And you can see, like, it's not really a sharp sickle, it's more like a pick. So this is all about piercing the target that you're hitting, not so much slashing, like with the bottom edge like this. There are some examples that are basically a sharp sickle, but most of them used by the samurai are actually going to be picks, and they're actually designed to get around armor, and sometimes to pierce armor if you hit the right spot. So that's what they should look like. And I think the game, for the most part, it got the pick right, but it's just everything else about it. Like, there's no spikes here, right? You can just grab this whole thing. So, bit disappointed, but I do like most of the weapons in the game. So it's one of those, you know, small things. I think the biggest problem I have with it in the game is just that it doesn't feel fluid. When I think of a Kusarigama, I think of a very fluid weapon that I can freely spin around at any time I want, and it moves very fast. I can disarm opponents with it if I'm very skilled, and do all sorts of cool stuff, but in this game it seems like a crude, blunt instrument to break shields somehow, instead of getting around them, which would make a little bit more sense. It just feels like a very unsophisticated weapon in this game, when there's so much other cool stuff that you can do with it. That would almost seem like they're straight out of a movie, but if you're good, like, you can really humiliate your opponents with the grapples you can perform and stuff. But, you know, in fairness, the Kusarigama is also a pretty niche weapon. Like, if I want to kill somebody, obviously I'm going to take the spear. Or I'm going to take an Odachi. I'm going to take one of these big weapons. Maybe a bow or a gun. But, you know. Why can't I jump on that? Anyway.
You've done it. The two work as a whole. That is the Kusarigama.
That's my pedantic
Continue
rant on the
Nice of you to
Kusarigama.
help.
I already know how to wield the weapon. Why deprive you the chance to learn?
I guess I have to use it for this mission. The spike on the front is kind of interesting too, because you can stab with it. I don't see that on a lot of examples. See, now I'm able to jump on that. That's weird. I wasn't able to just now. Huh. I've had that happen before. You phase through those wooden planks when you're supposed to jump on them. I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to go anyway.
It's cold. Harder to climb.
Jesus, yeah, your hands would
Won't matter if my fingers
freeze
freeze
if
and
you
I
don't
fall.
have gloves on.
Nine tails aren't the only
In
enemy.
these sorts of temperatures, like even just touching snow with your bare hands, even if you're not trying to climb, that's your hands are just gonna freeze. Yeah, I can't imagine climbing like this in the snow without like ice picks or something, like just some good equipment.
Now we rest. Join me.
That was a lot of Ninetails coming for you.
They're getting bolder.
One of them kept calling you old man. Who is he?
My grandson.
Your grandson is trying to kill you?
He's lost, consumed by his anger towards me. Nine Tails turned it into a weapon. Now he believes killing me will heal an old wound.
Right or wrong, I know where he's coming from.
Your hunt for Lord Saito.
Some wounds cut too deep to heal on their own.
The storm is here. Good. We will continue on.
Good. Shouldn't we stay inside?
Will the enemy wait for fair weather to attack? You must train for the worst. Now unleash the Kusarigama. Strike the targets.
Break the targets, okay. Ferocious whirlwind. Well, see, I would if I could actually pull out my Kusarigama.
It's too cold! I can't get a good grip!
Try again.
Oh, that's part of the training.
It's not working!
The cold is outside your body, Atsu. But your disbelief is inside.
My fingers know what they believe.
You have to be comfortable in the storm. Follow
See,
me.
I was hoping more,
Higher.
like there'd be swings like this. I'm glad we got a move that does that. I'm still not at all impressed. Like, just the regular heavy attacks are so clumsy. And even this, it feels like she's not controlling it. It's more like she's spinning with it because it's so damn heavy. Because, like, why are we spinning? Like, what's the point of spinning? Like this. don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. I guess keep trying until it works. So when are we gonna destroy these? When are we gonna unleash the power of friendship? It's really boring. Okay, like this isn't funny anymore. Or something like I don't know. Nothing over here. What the fuck am I supposed to do then? What's my objective right now? I don't know. Am I supposed to, like, are they destroyed and it's just not showing up? Like, what's happening? Okay.
Doesn't this cold slow you down?
The storm.
See, the game didn't tell me I was supposed to climb that. That would have
He's an
been
old
really
friend
nice
to
to
me.
know.
Maybe you need better friends.
Would have been very, very nice to know. Anyway. Because they were saying
This
destroy
wind.
the
I can
thingies.
barely hold on.
As in any battle, if you believe you'll fail, then you will. And it is a long way down.
Yeah, you just gotta believe. That's how you avoid frostbite. Note to self. Go out into -30. If you believe, your hands will not freeze. This is so stupid. I like the other masters, but this guy is just, I don't know.
We're
His
here.
weapon, his
Now,
training.
show me your
what's-
technique.
Like, come on.
Again? It's freezing.
You ask for mercy? Will Lord Saito show you?
But Atsu is like a
Don't
superhuman
wander off.
spirit, so maybe he has a point.
You ask for mercy? Will Lord Saito show you any?
The unreal. So she'd probably get right back up after freezing to death. As we've
Once
seen
more,
before.
show me your technique.
Break the target. See, before I had to break the targets. I don't understand why they weren't breaking. There must be a bug.
I can't get a good grip in this cold.
If you hope to fight in this valley, you must learn to live within it.
I'm trying.
I asked you before why you fight. Do you think Lord Saito shrinks away from the cold?
No.
If he were here now, would you strike him down or go inside and drink tea? I can make a brew of hot sencha if you like.
Fine. You've made your point. What do I need to do?
Over here. This pool is fed by snow melt from the mountain peak. It's frigid, but it will brace your spirit.
Oh, we're
You're
doing an
joking.
ice bath. I
The
see.
same conviction that
fair,
brought you here can
Ice
warm
baths
you from
are a
within.
thing that are done. Or a thing that is done by, like, explore that very well. They are done by like boxers or athletes and stuff like that. It is a thing. It's a fun recreational activity. I know from experience. To just jump in the cold water under controlled settings, but I can also tell you from experience that yes, if you are used to the cold, you tend to do better, especially if you just plunge in and you don't take it slow. You'll do a better job. But nothing about jumping into the cold water makes you immune to the cold. There is a thing called exposure therapy, but that's not the same thing. If you jump in the cold water, you will still suffer. And you will continue to suffer in minus 30. No matter what you do. Yeah, let's do willpower.
The cold waters are outside my body.
Yes,
My
they're
mind,
outside your
don't
body.
exist.
They don't exist in your mind. You'll be
If I
fine.
can believe that, I might survive this.
This is so stupid. I'm sorry. The other training made more sense, although the spearing was
You're
kind of
still
funny too,
here.
but-
Few last this long.
Now you tell me.
And now you understand your mind is your true center of power. Your body is simply an instrument of its will.
I want to have another go at those targets.
Yes, please do.
And how does this make me better with the Kusarigama? Where are the grapple techniques we learned from the Kusarigama? Why are there spikes on my Kusarigama? Is this also part of the training? I have so many questions.
Well done. Now I have one final test for you. Face me. Strike me as you would your enemies.
Okay. Use a bucking and a shield. Look at how clumsy this is. I'm just not a fan. Even these whirlwind swings, they just don't feel right. And there's no point using the stick against the shield, it just bounces off. I'm sorry, this is a miss. And I know part of it's probably skill issue, but the other weapons are just better. Oh, I can't switch weapons. Is he gonna strike back, or is he just gonna stand there? Look at how pitiful this is. And the Nodachi would just bust this guard open by now.
Good. Good. You have done well.
What kind of sparring match was
Now,
that?
how about that cup of tea? I think I've earned it.
Indeed.
He
Tea
just
never
stood there
felt
and
so
did
good.
nothing. That's obviously
A
bugged as well.
necessity for survival in this valley.
Be honest with me, Master
I
Enomoto.
feel like I'm complaining a lot. I do love
You
this
didn't
game, by
fight
the
the
way.
Ninetales earlier.
Nothing I'm saying
because
here
you
is
don't
meant
want to fight your
express
grandson.
hatred towards the game itself.
What
I'm just
grandfather
not
would.
super impressed with the
Why does he
Kusarigama.
hate you?
His mother was killed
Anyway,
in a senseless
Try not
crime.
to talk over the...
He looked to
dialogue.
me for training to avenge her. I refused.
Yet you teach me, and I hope to kill Saito.
I do not begrudge justice in the face of atrocity. But my grandson came to hate the whole world. He wants everyone to suffer.
So he joined the Ninetales instead.
And now his venom towards me is turned against the people of this valley. Come, there's work to be done.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
More training?
In time. Now you will put your new skills to use. You must become my instrument in this valley.
We're gonna be his instrument.
The Nine Tails spread terror across the land. Take note of what you see below.
What am I looking at?
A Nine Tails den. You must clear them out. Free any innocents you find. Now on the other side of the valley.
A port village.
Yes, a weaponsmith is being held there.
Oh,
An
yeah,
important
we were told
ally
about
to
that.
improve your Kasarigama.
Why can't you do this?
My presence only fuels my grandson's resolve. He doesn't know you.
And if our paths cross? You want me to kill him, don't you?
To even utter those words about my own blood.
Is this why you're training me?
Peace must be restored.
I understand.
Okay, I thought it crashed for a second. Yeah, look at that. There's spikes on it. I wasn't tripping. That is up. Oh my god. Why? Oh, whoops. I think I briefly closed out of that. But why are you putting spikes on the chain? The other thing about that too is the amount of labor it would take to put those spikes on there in the first place. It would just not be worth the effort. Like some blacksmith would have to somehow apply those to the chain and make each of them. And yeah, I know, it's a game, blah, blah, blah. None of the other weapons have extra spikes on them that would hurt the user, so... I think... the criticism is pretty fair. Lethal Talons, what does this do? Oh, you just yank him towards you. It's like a get over here technique. Okay. Claw and Talon. That's cool. But that's the same thing, though. What's the difference between these two? That one's an assassination, I guess? And then that one's just a long-range attack. Okay. So there's a difference. One's from stealth, one's from... Okay. I guess that's kind of neat. Just being able to assassinate from a longer distance. Of course, it perpetuates this whole myth that the Kusarigama is somehow a stealth weapon. Despite the fact that it really is not at all stealthy. It's almost the antithesis of that because you're whirling that thing around and showing off. You're not being stealthy at all. I guess it's a little bit stealthy in that you can conceal it, but that's about it. Yeah, that... You just... Why would you roll? Also, you're not even hitting with the ball, you're hitting with the chain. How is that even hurting him? Okay, that's cool. I'll give you that. A little fantasy, but I don't mind that one as much. Okay. So that looks powerful, I'll give you that. Iron Talon. Oh, they cost spirit to do it, but then you can... Okay. Make it so that they don't cost anything. Interesting. So I think it's cool. I'd use it like as an assassination tool, but otherwise I'm not even gonna bother. I don't know. I'm not super impressed with the weapon, so... Don't think we'll do much with it. Rescue the weaponsmith. Let's do this. I feel like we need a weaponsmith around here. The Surigama is severely underleveled for one thing, so that's probably half the problem I'm having with it, is that it's not upgraded. But I will say though, as far as the other weapons, I am liking the others. The spear is even pretty good. I don't mind whipping it out sometimes to deal with certain enemies. In fact, I think the spear does the best against the Surigama foes that I fight. And then there's the katana, which is pretty good. You know, standard.
That's right.
Nodachi's nice. Even the two katanas I don't mind. They're pretty agile. And they deal with pole arms no problem.
You look weary. You should stop by the hot spring nearby.
A soak would be nice.
Yeah, I can't say no to a hot spring. Oh, it's like over here, isn't it? There we go.
The Ninetales have taken over the port. Ginji said the weaponsmith Hachiro has a forge here. Hope he's still alive. How did he see me through that? Oh, maybe that guy saw me. Oh yeah, that's kind of crappy. I don't have ammo for the other bow.
They're mine!
What happened?
That must be Hachiro.
Still a lot of enemies there. I'm gonna try and stealth my way through this. Obviously, totally fight them head on, but I think wanted to challenge myself a little bit and try and be undetected from time to time.
Something's there.
What was that?
Good riddance. Not to sound ungrateful, but who are you?
We can talk later. I need to get you out of here.
The prisoner's escaping!
Oh shit. How did they
Can
know?
you fight?
I can kill, especially after what they did to my village.
Mermaid, anyway. I'll give the Kusarigama a chance. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I'm not impressed with this. Cut his hand off somehow with it. Not sure how. That is pretty vicious though. Like, it's a shame because I actually do like the Kusarigama's concept. It is a cool looking weapon. I think that's why I'm disappointed with it. Just watch how much staggered damage this Nodachi does by comparison. In fact, I'm just gonna exclusively use it to make a point. Even against this shield guy, watch. 2 hits, he's pretty much done, and he can't do anything. It's just way more fluid. Yeah, this guy's got a spear. In theory, I should use 2 swords, but, like, look at that. He's done. Like, really, the Nodachi's the best anti-shield weapon. Maybe against bosses, the Kusarigama would be better, but...
Soya Port has nothing but fish and my forge. And the Nine Tails didn't come here for the damn fish.
They wanted you to make them weapons.
Kusarigama. When I refused, they began killing my neighbors. I used to think them nosy. Went all the way to the Red Crane Inn for some peace and quiet. Now, I would do anything to hear the
like,
chatter.
we need those
Sometimes we
Kusarigama
don't know
now.
what we have until we lose it.
Thank you for avenging them. Please, take this as a token of gratitude. And if you're near the Red Crane Inn,
You just imagine.
don't be shy.
They could probably have him just make bamboo spears instead. Shields destroyed, they caused like a shrapnel explosion. Wow. Does that make sense? I'm kidding. That's interesting, but it's not worth taking up a whole slot for a subpar weapon. Yeah, so I'm not gonna bother upgrading that. I think I'll just get all this other stuff. The assassination stuff with the Kusarigama might be worth it, but I can probably just get that on my own later, so. Plus you got this. Actually, this would be useful too. I should think about getting it. I can get an upgrade.
Looks like I have you to thank for keeping me in business today.
Find anything good?
See for yourself.
Sake. It's the Master's Dojo, Hana's Farm. Right, there's a bunch of farms we can deal with. Photographer. Where's the swordsmith that we just freed? What was the point of freeing him if he can't help us? You can go to the hot spring, I guess. I actually went past it at some point. Oh, is this? No. Just Ridge Merchant. Whatever, we've got our home forge anyway for all of our blacksmithing needs. I think the wolf blade should take priority, personally. And I can almost upgrade the sword yet again. I just need 2 more gun parts. That's nice. So you get the Dual Katana, the Dachi's very close. The Yari you can upgrade fully very soon in the game. To be honest, for a long time it's probably been my best weapon. But as much as I praise the Nodachi obviously has got the aesthetics, sweeping cuts. The Yari's pretty nice as well. You've got an unusual amount of cutting considering it's a spear swinging around, but I mean, if you close your eyes and just say it's a polearm or a naginata or something like that, you know, it's not a big deal. There are Yari style polearms that do have cutting implements on them too, so you can think of it as something like that as well. Even if visually it is just a regular spear. Okay, so there's like a hot spring literally right here somewhere. Nice, hot spring.
Feels like I can't go a day without tripping over a samurai. With their puffed out chests and talk of honor.
I will say one thing.
Matsumai pay well.
Let this play first. But one thing this game sort of gets wrong is they try to differentiate the Ronin from the Samurai a little bit too much. The reality is that Ronin very often were just as wealthy as Samurai were, especially in the Sengoku period, and they were, in many cases, equipped just like the Samurai, and sometimes they were actually higher status than some Samurai. Now, given the setting and the time, a lot of these Ronin are people who have fled the Tokugawa shogunate. They have been removed from their lands, all the rest of it, so it makes sense that many of them are poor. So I'm not so much criticizing that. There were, even in the Sengoku period, there were poor samurai too. I just think it's a mistake to assume that Ronin as a group, no matter who they are not samurai. In many cases, they were actually regarded as samurai, even if they are mercenaries.
Let's go.
And if they had a reputation, they could be more respected even than generational samurai who served clans loyally for like literally generations. So there's a At least in Japanese literature, there's a rather famous story where something like this happened. A young generational samurai, he's part of this like prestigious clan that served as retainers for this famous clan, like essentially massive clan for some time. The family has
I'm a fool for trusting
not shown
him.
any signs of being disloyal. They've served very, very
Hope
well.
we can find some rest here.
So, despite all this respect, he learns of this mercenary who turned up and is all of a sudden being given way more prestige, way more respect than him. And he's young, he doesn't get why this is, because his family should mean more, because he's got that heritage. But when he goes to talk to this mercenary, he basically says, well, you're still young, I have actual experience under my belt, and that counts for more than being part of some family, so... It's one of those things, it depends on the Ronin. Many Ronin were very well respected, and would be even more so than many samurai. So if we're talking somebody like the Onryo, Natsu, yeah, a lot of samurai probably would not respect her that much. That is true. But there would be other Ronin out there who have made a name for themselves, who might be really well respected. Especially if they're serving the Matsume clan, and they're doing so really well. But the period just after this game is where a lot of Ronin do get poor, and they start looking for work, and then the Tokugawa Shogunate has to deal with this problem where there's a bunch of Ronin just running around with nothing to do, and they have to... Essentially, a lot of the Ronin either fight against the Tokugawa Shogunate in the siege of Osaka, or they end up being recruited for various other low-level samurai positions. So that problem is resolved, but then you go to the Meiji era and the Ronin are starting to cause problems again because they suddenly realize their skills are not needed and they become poor bums, bandits, and these sorts of things. And that's where the Kurosawa sort of trope of the Ronin being this poor vagabond comes from. But for much of their history, Ronin were not like that at all, in a lot of cases. It's just like mercenary companies in Europe.
You ever see foxes playing with fireflies at night?
They like butterflies, too.
I saw one run off by a tree with red leaves. If I followed, I might have found their secrets.
I'll have to take a look myself.
Okay, new charm. Oh, that is pretty close by. Sometimes they point you to stuff that they say is close by, but it's like on the other side of the map. Or the region, I should say. Not the whole map, but the region. Which is kind of annoying. Like they're saying, for instance, there's a hot spring close by. Well, guess what? It's by the coast. Anyway. Guess we'll go here next. Maybe take a throwable spear. Also, I appreciate that you can throw spears in this game.
The sound to get away from.
I'm not familiar with enough of samurai spear martial arts to know if that was done often. It's not talked about very much to my knowledge, but I mean, there's no reason to assume they wouldn't have ever thrown the spears. Oh, hello. Speaking of spears. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite techniques in the game, this impale technique. I guess some assassin came after me just now. There's this really funny moment that you can't make up that happened to me really early in the game. I kind of wish I was recording it. But there were these two Ronin who back to back just came up to me and were like, "You're the Onryo. There's a huge bounty on your head, blah blah blah." It just happened in rapid succession. It was funny. It was something comical, like straight out of an anime or something. Oh yeah, I can get bow upgrades. I just think about getting those. One weapon I'm really excited to use, the gun. I really want to take that. I love the bow, don't get me wrong, especially the Yumi, the heavy bow, but it's hard to beat a boomstick. Proper boomstick.
Ninetales den. How to get inside. Ugh. They just left them out here.
You just squeeze through, right? Gunpowder. Yeah, leaving gunpowder next to an open flame, maybe not the best idea. Just saying. Especially if you have to walk around with a torch to light stuff. Yeah, maybe not the best idea. Okay, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? There's a reason why ships, like where they stored gunpowder, they would have this rule where you're not allowed to have a light. How did I burn myself? What the fuck? That's weird. Did I bring the gunpowder with me or something? Okay. What am I meant to do here? They have like these symbols. Pull that up. No, I can't pull this one out for some reason. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. There's some message somewhere I can read, a hint. Or do I have to... Oh wait, maybe I light that on fire. Because it's marked with the same thing. As that is. Gotta try that. Are you able to light this on fire? No. That was a waste of a fire arrow. Why does that light me on fire? That's really weird. I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, see, I would have been looking around there for a while. Come on, pick up the torch. There's no reason to put it down.
A clicking noise. Should check the entrance.
Didn't mean to put the torch there. I don't think I need it though. We're not falling through these. Had that issue earlier.
More lanterns. I'm getting the hang of this. Huh.
Oh, nice. There's this thing. I should probably check out the other side too. If there's anything down there. I got pinged about something. Oh yeah, some guys on the Discord want to play chess, I think. Yeah, so I might cut this stream a little bit short, but we'll see what happens. Why did you want to grab the other stuff? Whatever. So what's the point of going down here? Usually there's a reason why you can do that. I guess not. Yeah, I'll just continue on. Maybe it's just aesthetics, I don't know. Were there spikes on there? Ah, but they're facing down. Interesting. Oh yeah, I think I have one of those puzzle boxes. Didn't I solve all these? Confused. Hang on. Maybe there's... Oh, okay. You can just solve them again if you want, I guess. What's the story with that? So this is kind of neat, actually. You gotta like move stuff around to open these boxes. I think they're a real thing. Cool. Map out of that. Another hideout. Alright. Climb up now. How convenient that there are rocks you can just jump and climb on. Remember the first game had explosive arrows, actually. This game doesn't. As far as I know, anyway. Maybe they appear later. There we go.
What did this?
Don't exist.
Uh-oh. They might discover where I shot from. That wouldn't be good. I actually want to see if they can figure it out.
See anyone yet?
Wouldn't be that hard to figure out.
Might have been the audio. Nothing here.
It's funny, I instantly think it was the Unreal that did that.
The audio. Don't see any spirits.
Anything?
No audio yet. Anything out there? We're not here.
Why didn't you shoot?
Anything? No audio yet.
Alright, I'm really pushing my luck now.
You'll do this?
Anyone see anything? Speak up! I'll check that out.
Yeah, that wolf strike is OP. You got it.
The enemy must have left this behind. It's not safe for them out here anymore.
What do you get? Well, I mean, presumably light.
Another lantern. There we go.
Nice. Can you see if there's other people who want to play chess? Piper does. Probably won't do that on stream, but yeah, I bet I might play somebody. Alright, stealth is pretty fun. I think we'll go loud now, though. Let's go with the Odachi, maybe.
I hear you fled the Oni tribe. Let us see. I can do the same for you.
Nobody heard that. That's a shame.
What was that? What the? What the?
And that guy got scared shitless. There's no dodgy, just clean
Now, what were you protecting?
house. Should be steel. Because ninjas totally had special steel in real life. That was unique to them. It's a cool concept, though. Just found it kind of funny. It's like an altar of reflection. Thought it was in here. What's the point of this then? Oh, it might be over there. Here we are. That's the thing, the Matsumai don't seem to be doing themselves a lot of favors as far as the game's story goes. Like, the people seem to have plenty reason to hate them as well. Are they worse than Saito's men? Probably not. I'd say Saito's men are worse, but... yeah, you can see why people might get rallied to his cause the way they behave sometimes. And given the reason why many people came to this location, it was specifically to avoid the shogunate authorities. They don't want more of that kind of thing here. Hokkaido at this time was a bit of a Wild West. Or wild land, if you will. It's not really Wild West, it's not in the West, but you know what I mean.
Time to get out of here.
No disagreement there. Another farm. I always tend to complete these regions before I actually do the story missions. I feel like the story missions are often the most interesting, but still, it is well worth, I think, exploring the scenery and getting those upgrades and stuff, so. Let's go to the forge. I want to fully upgrade the Nodachi. I know the game calls it Odachi, by the way. Nodachi is literally the same thing. They all refer to the same thing. It's like field sword, great sword, whatever you want to call it. But more accurately, the translation is something like field sword. Sorry, Gamma needs some upgrading too. Yeah, I'll perfect the Odachi. I mean, it's the best weapon in the game, pretty much. There's situations where it is better to use the katana, absolutely. But for most enemies, I feel like they just get completely annihilated by the Nodachi. But we might as well upgrade the Kusarigama as well, because you never know, I might encounter a boss or something that requires that I have a really well upgraded Kusarigama for whatever reason. Yeah, we have bow upgrades we can do as well.
From bows to quivers, I offer only the best. I have new items if you care to look.
Interesting.
Can I interest you in something else?
Usually we need gun parts to upgrade so many of these weapons. Yeah, I'll upgrade the Yumi first.
I'll be taking that coin.
Q. Can't quite upgrade it yet.
You can always spend more coin on your lovely
The Hankyu
warrior.
is not really that good for the most part, but it does shoot fast. The lightly armored enemies do not like being shot in the head by it. As soon as they're wearing armor, though, it's not very effective. The Yumi just seems nice because every shot will pretty much kill most enemies if you aim it well. Sort of like your sniper, while the Hankyu is the revolver. It shoots faster.
farm's Hana marked. The Ninetales are already here.
This guy first. This can be kind of annoying. Why can't I end this up? That's a way to do it.
Are you all right? Where's Tora? The kids?
There were no bodies. They must have run for safety.
They'll go to my farm then. That's good. You kept your word.
Now will you tell me why you used the same weapon as the Ninetales?
We use them to climb up frozen terrain. To till the hardened soil.
But
Life is not easy out here. Some of us learned to use kunai to defend ourselves. I would not be surprised to find kin among these shinobi.
likely just trying to survive. But we all make our choices.
And what higher cost we pay.
You are doing the right thing, protecting your home.
We still have 3 other farms to check. I have some new kunai if you need them. Be careful.
So we got a bunch of these other farms. Vanity gear. Yeah, I think I'll just clear these farms out. And there's some other stuff we can do. Gotta give the developers credit for this. Like, I actually am enjoying just going around the map, exploring, randomly finding stuff, clearing these places out. It feels like a lot more thought was put into this than Ubisoft, for example, puts into their open worlds. Admittedly, it doesn't feel as alive as a game like Kingdom Come Deliverance does, but I don't think it's meant to fill the same niche precisely, so I don't mind that. Can't wait to get into Kingdom Come Deliverance though. That last DLC came out and it looks really exciting. Too slow. Alright. Yeah, fair enough. There we go.
Master Mochizuki. One of Hana's farms.
Help! Please!
Ambush.
I owe the snake my life. You will die for what you did.
Much as I like the Nodachi, it's fun to switch weapons from time to time. Even the dual katana is pretty fun.
Hold still.
Hana, I was afraid they had gotten you too. I tried to fight them.
Is your family safe?
They ran for the woods.
Good. Go. Take them to my farm.
Do you think there are still Nine Tails around?
There are more footprints than bodies. They must be hiding nearby. Check behind the house. I'll check the ridge. Keep your ears sharp. They're more reliable than your eyes.
Oh, that's brutal.
Good one. That's all of them. I'm glad these fields are safe. I remember my parents teaching me how to work the soil here.
Did they show you how to forge kunai as well?
Of course not. Smithing is not a woman's purview. But I met a little boy who changed everything. If you need kunai, I've made improvements. Otherwise, there are still 2 other families to check on.
I haven't forgotten.
Good to see you, Atsu. Tell me what you need.
I need black powder.
Always good to see you.
Upgrade them further. That's kind of funny. Need some boom boom powder. Does that make sense? Nice farm. Right there. Wow. Wouldn't have expected that.
Hey, boy! Go, Mochizuki!
That's bright, actually.
Nine Tails. They're attacking one of Hana's farms.
Oh, that was cool.
Thank you.
Help me!
It's over.
Hana!
Run inside. More shinobi are on the way. Atsu, with me.
There's always more of them.
We will keep cutting them down. Not yours to take. Good one. Thank you. Keep them away from the house.
I'm trying!
Thank goodness. Everyone's all right.
It's good to see you, Hana.
You too, Heisuke. Go to my farm. It should be safe for now. You are as deadly as you look. My husband would have enjoyed meeting you.
He's the boy you mentioned. The one who changed everything?
He taught me how to forge kunai. How to fight. It was his way of protecting me.
My father tried to do the same. Death and cruelty find women as easily as men.
If not more so. I've done some new work on my kunai if you are in need. But remember, there's still one last family to check on.
Come, Mochizuki! Come on, boy.
Gosh, that'd be awful for a horse's legs to make it do that constantly.
You can chase them down, just like the others. No! Kill her, boy! Kill her! Avenge your brothers! Take her down! You are worth a fortune! Murderer! You killed them all! Mealtime, boys! Eat well! I hear you plenty to
Tana
me,
does a better
child.
job.
Let us see if I can do the same for you.
Parries are not working.
Poor dogs. Didn't know any better.
Yeah, it's an interesting handguard there. Why are there spikes on it, though? Oh my god. You gotta wear that, you know? You don't want spikes digging into your side. Whatever.
That's right.
Thankfully, you don't see that type of thing very much in this game. And that is why I'm a little bit critical of that. Like, when I see spikes that are there for no apparent reason, I'm gonna point them out. Especially when it's just detrimental to the user and not there for any sort of, I don't know, vicious offensive gain.
Another one of Hana's farms. No one seems to be.
That's what you're here for anyway. I labeled this video Pedantic. But like I said, I love this game. Nothing I say on those lines changes the fact. It's a lot of fun. Game's lagging a bit.
Can't be all of them. Oh my goodness. Why is it lagging? No. I don't know if it's visible on stream, but it is lagging big time. Alright, I gotta pause the game for a sec. My PS5 remote is running into some trouble. Somehow I was doing perfect parries with that, but... It's just crapping the med out of nowhere. I'm not sure why. That might be a sign that we should end the stream soon. How long have I been streaming for anyway? Yeah, 2 hours and a half, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I don't know why it's frozen all of a sudden, but I don't think my PS5 is frozen. I think this is just PS5 remote being annoying, so. Yeah, there we go. The PS5 remote just shut off. I'll see if I can just clear out this farm on stream. Otherwise, I might end it very soon. See if anyone wants to play chess or something.
over on the Discord. I know Piper does, but yeah, this is what Kusarigama should look like, if anyone didn't see my rant about that earlier. In many ways, this looks way better than what is shown in the game, but it is what it is. Notice how, and actually the game, I think, yeah, the game does get this right. You actually often attach the chain to the top, not to the bottom of the Kusarigama, like a lot of media seems to show. You can do that. There are often connection points there as well, but you typically see the Kusarigama with the chain attached to the top. And that allows for more flexibility and the ability to disarm opponents while still bringing that pick to bear when you're using the chain defensively. You can kind of punch with it too, even if you are mostly using the chain and somebody somehow gets close to you. You've still got the pick ready to use. And you can always slide your hand down and just swing it normally. That's another reason why you don't want the end of the chain to be so heavy, because you want to be able to swing this thing no problem. You don't want the chain to be that much of a hindrance, so it's another reason why you really don't want the flail or the fundo, as it's called in Japanese, part of it to be too heavy. Otherwise, you get very clumsy movesets like what we see in the game, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, the PS5 remote doesn't seem to be working anyway, so I'll end the stream there. Hopefully you guys found that interesting. Glad to be able to show off some of the game. And it is my first stream of the game, but I have played through a lot of it already. Still highly recommend it. I'm just being extremely pedantic about one weapon that I'm not personally a fan of. Maybe some people like the moveset, but I don't. Anyway, maybe I'll stream this game some more if you guys liked it. But anyway, with that, I'll see you next time.